Many English learners can understand English. They can read English. They can listen to English. They know many words. They know some grammar. But when they need to speak with someone, suddenly they feel nervous. Their mind becomes blank. Their voice becomes low. Their confidence disappears. They start thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if my grammar is wrong? What if I forget the word? What if people laugh at me? What if I sound foolish? And because of these thoughts, they stay silent. But listen carefully. You do not become confident by staying silent. You become confident by speaking again and again. Confidence does not come before communication. Confidence comes after practice. You do not need perfect English to start communicating. You need simple English. You need clear words. You need courage. You need patience. You need the habit of trying. Communication is not about showing people that you are perfect. Communication is about sharing your thoughts clearly. If people understand your message, you are communicating. Even if your grammar is not perfect, you are communicating. Even if your accent is different, you are communicating. Even if you speak slowly, you are communicating. So do not wait for perfect English. Start with the English you already know. Use short sentences. Speak slowly. Listen carefully. Ask questions. Repeat useful phrases. And keep improving every day. This video will help you learn how to communicate with confidence in English, especially if you are a beginner or intermediate learner. So listen carefully. Repeat useful lines. Write new words. Practice speaking after this video. And remember, every sentence you speak is a step toward confidence. Chapter 1. Stop trying to be perfect and start being clear. This is one of the biggest secrets of confident English communication. Many learners are afraid to speak because they want every sentence to be perfect. They want perfect grammar, perfect vocabulary, perfect pronunciation, perfect speed, perfect accent, perfect confidence. But because they want everything perfect, they do not speak at all. This is a big problem. Perfection can become a prison. It can stop you from practicing. It can stop you from speaking. It can stop you from improving. The truth is simple. You do not need perfect English to communicate. You need clear English. Clear English means your message is easy to understand. Clear English means your sentences are simple. Clear English means you speak one idea at a time. Clear English means you do not make your words confusing. For example, if you want to say your opinion, you do not need a very long sentence. You can say, in my opinion, daily practice is important. I think English improves when we use it every day. Mistakes are normal, but practice is necessary. These sentences are simple, but they are clear. And clear sentences create confidence. Many learners try to make long sentences because they think long English sounds smart. But long sentences can become confusing. You may start with one idea, then add too many words, then forget the sentence. Then your confidence goes down. So, in the beginning, use short sentences. Speak like this. I am learning English. I practice every day. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I do not stop. I want to speak better. This is confident communication. It is not complicated. It is clear. And clear speaking is powerful. When you speak clearly, people listen better. When people understand you, your confidence grows. When your confidence grows, you speak more. And when you speak more, your English improves. This is the cycle of progress. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence creates practice. Practice creates fluency. So stop asking, is my English perfect? Ask, is my message clear? This one question can change your speaking. If you forget a difficult word, use a simple word. If you cannot make a long sentence, make 2 short sentences. If you do not know the perfect grammar, say the idea in an easy way. For example, suppose you do not know how to say, I am overwhelmed. You can say, I feel very busy. I have too much work. My mind feels tired. This is communication. You used simple words, but you shared the meaning. That is what matters. If you forget the word appointment, you can say, I have a meeting with the doctor. If you forget the word recommendation, you can say, can you suggest something? If you forget the word confused, you can say, I do not understand clearly. This is smart speaking. Fluent speakers do not stop because of one missing word. They find another way. You can do the same. Also, do not be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Every English speaker made mistakes in the beginning. Every confident speaker had nervous moments. Every fluent learner started with simple sentences. So when you make a mistake, do not feel ashamed. Correct it. Repeat it. Learn from it. And continue. For example, if you say, he go to work every day. You can correct yourself. Sorry, he goes to work every day. That is not failure. That is learning. Self-correction is powerful. It shows that your brain is improving. It shows that you are aware. It shows that you are growing. So do not stop after a mistake. Continue the conversation. The goal is not to speak without mistakes. The goal is to speak and improve. If you want to communicate with confidence, practice these simple phrases. Let me explain it simply. I think this is important. In my opinion. Can you repeat that, please? I did not understand this part. I am still learning English. Can I try again? What I mean is, these phrases are very useful. They help you continue the conversation. They give you time to think. They make your speaking sound more natural. They also reduce fear. Because when you know useful phrases, you do not feel completely lost. You do not need perfect English to communicate. You need clear English. You need simple words. You need courage to start. You need patience to improve. And you need daily practice. The more you speak, the more confident you become. The more confident you become, the better you communicate. So from today, stop waiting for perfect English. Start using clear English. Because clear communication is better than silent perfection. Chapter 2. Build confidence through daily speaking practice. Confidence is not something you get by thinking only. Confidence is something you build by doing. If you want confidence in English communication, you must speak every day. Not only listen, not only read, not only watch videos. You must open your mouth and speak. Many learners understand English, but they cannot speak confidently. Why? Because their mouth is not trained. Their brain knows English, but their speaking habit is weak. They have words in their mind, but those words do not come out quickly. This happens because speaking is a skill, and every skill needs practice. If you want to become good at swimming, you must swim. If you want to become good at driving, you must drive. If you want to become good at speaking English, you must speak English. There is no other way. But do not worry. You do not need to speak for 1 hour in the beginning. Start small. Speak for 2 minutes, then 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. Small daily speaking practice is more powerful than one long practice once a month. Here is a simple daily method. Choose one topic every day. For example, my morning routine, my English goal, my favorite habit, why discipline is important, what I learned today. Then speak about that topic for 2 minutes. Do not stop because of small mistakes. Speak slowly. Use simple sentences. If you forget a word, explain it with easy words. If you make a mistake, continue. After speaking, ask yourself, where did I stop? Which word did I need? Which sentence was difficult? What can I say better next time? This is how you improve. You speak, you notice, you correct, you repeat. This method builds real confidence. You can also practice in front of a mirror. Look at yourself and speak. At first, it may feel strange, but slowly, it becomes comfortable. Mirror practice helps you see your face, your expression, your confidence, and your body language. When you speak, do not look down all the time. Lift your face. Open your mouth clearly. Speak with calm energy. Use your hands naturally. Smile a little. This makes your communication stronger. Because communication is not only words. Communication is also voice, face, and body language. If your words are good but your voice is very low, people may not feel confidence. If your English is simple but your voice is clear, people will listen better. So practice your voice. Speak a little louder. Speak slowly. Pause after important sentences. Do not rush. A confident speaker does not always speak fast. A confident speaker speaks with control. You can also record your voice. This is very helpful. Many learners do not like listening to their own voice. But if you want to improve, you must know how you sound. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Then listen. Do not hate your voice. Do not judge yourself too harshly. Just notice. Is my pronunciation clear? Am I speaking too fast? Am I using too many pauses? Did I repeat the same word too much? Did I explain my idea clearly? Then record again. Try to speak a little better. This practice will improve your communication very quickly. You can also use the repeat and speak method. First, listen to a short English sentence. Then repeat it loudly. Then use it in your own sentence. For example, the sentence is, I want to improve my communication skills. Repeat it. Then make your own sentences. I want to improve my speaking skills. I want to improve my listening skills. I want to improve my confidence. This builds sentence power. You are not only repeating, you are learning how to use the pattern. This is how speaking becomes natural. Also, practice real-life communication phrases. For example, could you say that again? I understand your point. Let me share my opinion. I agree with you. I do not fully agree, but I understand. Can I ask you a question? Let me think for a second. That is a good point. These phrases help you communicate in real situations. You can use them in conversations, meetings, interviews, online calls, or English practice sessions. When you have useful phrases ready, you feel less nervous. Your mind feels prepared. Your confidence grows. And remember this: confidence does not mean you never feel fear. Confidence means you speak even when fear is there. You may feel nervous, but you still try. You may make mistakes, but you still continue. You may speak slowly, but you still express your idea. This is real confidence. Do not wait for fear to disappear. Speak with fear. Practice with fear. Continue with fear. And slowly, fear will become smaller. Your confidence will become bigger. Every time you speak, you are training your courage. Every time you continue after a mistake, you are building strength. Every time you practice English, you are becoming better. So make speaking a daily habit. Speak alone. Speak in front of a mirror. Record your voice. Repeat useful phrases. Talk about your day. Explain your thoughts. Ask and answer questions. Use English in small moments. Say, I am making tea. I am going outside. I am learning English. I am practicing communication. I am becoming more confident. These small lines matter. They train your mouth. They train your brain. They build your habit. And one day you will notice something powerful. You will not be as afraid as before. You will speak more naturally. You will reply faster. You will explain better. You will communicate with more confidence. So practice daily. Do not be silent. Do not wait for perfect English. Use the English you have today and improve it step by step. Because confidence in English is not built by waiting. Confidence is built by speaking. Chapter 3. Learn to listen before you reply. Many English learners focus only on speaking. They think communication means speaking more. They think confidence means talking without stopping. But real communication is not only speaking. Real communication is listening and replying clearly. If you do not listen well, you cannot answer well. If you do not understand the other person, your reply becomes weak. If you are only thinking about your own grammar while the other person is speaking, you may miss the meaning. This is why listening is very important. Confident communication begins with good listening. When someone speaks to you in English, do not panic. Do not immediately think, what should I say? What if I make a mistake? What if I do not understand? First, relax. Listen to the main idea. You do not need to understand every single word. Try to understand the message. Ask yourself, what is this person talking about? What is the main point? Are they asking a question? Are they sharing an opinion? Are they giving information? When you understand the main idea, replying becomes easier. Many learners feel nervous because they try to understand every word perfectly. But in real communication, even fluent speakers do not focus on every single word. They focus on meaning. Meaning is more important than every word. For example, if someone says, I think practicing English every day is better than studying grammar once a week. You may not understand every word. But if you understand the main idea, you can reply, yes, I agree. Daily practice is very important. Or you can say, that is true. Small practice every day can improve confidence. This is communication. You listened. You understood the idea. You replied clearly. Also, do not be afraid to ask for repetition. Many learners feel ashamed when they do not understand something. They stay silent. They smile. They pretend to understand. But this is not good communication. A confident speaker can ask questions. A confident speaker can say, sorry, can you repeat that? Could you say that again, please? I did not understand the last part. Can you explain it in simple words? What do you mean by that? These sentences are powerful. They help you stay in the conversation. They show that you are trying to understand. They also give you time to think. Do not think asking questions means your English is weak. No. Asking questions means you are active in communication. Even native speakers ask questions when they do not understand. So you can also ask. Communication is not a test. Communication is a connection. The goal is not to look perfect. The goal is to understand and be understood. Listening also helps you learn natural English. When you listen carefully, you learn how people speak in real life. You learn common phrases. You learn pronunciation. You learn tone. You learn how people start a sentence. You learn how they agree, disagree, explain, and ask questions. This is very useful. For example, when people agree, they may say, that makes sense. I agree with you. You are right. That is a good point. Exactly. When people disagree politely, they may say, I understand your point, but I think differently. I see what you mean, but I am not sure. That is interesting, but I have a different opinion. When people need time to think, they may say, let me think for a second. That is a good question. I need a moment to answer that. These phrases are real communication tools. If you listen carefully, you will start noticing them. Then you can use them in your own speaking. So listening does not only improve understanding, listening improves speaking too. A good listener becomes a better speaker because listening gives your brain natural English input. Here's a simple practice. Listen to a short English conversation. Do not listen only once. Listen 3 times. The first time, understand the topic. The second time, notice useful phrases. The third time, repeat some sentences loudly. Then ask yourself, what did they talk about? What phrase can I use? How can I reply to this conversation? This practice will improve your listening and speaking together. You can also practice active listening in real conversations. When someone speaks, show that you are listening. Use small responses like, I see. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, I understand. Really? That makes sense. These small responses make the conversation natural. They also help you stay involved. Do not stay completely silent while listening. Small responses show confidence. They show that you are present. They show that you are following the conversation. Also, learn to repeat the main idea before replying. For example, if someone says, I think English learners should practice speaking every day, you can reply, yes, you mean daily speaking practice is important. I agree with that. This method is very powerful. It proves that you understood the person. It gives you time to organize your reply. It makes your communication sound smarter. You can use this method in many situations. If someone gives advice, say, so you are saying that I should practice more regularly. If someone explains a problem, say, I understand. The main problem is time management. If someone shares an opinion, say, I see. You believe confidence comes from practice. This is confident communication. You are not only answering, you are listening, understanding, and responding. Remember this powerful line. A confident communicator does not only speak well. A confident communicator listens well. So improve your listening. Listen for meaning. Ask questions when you need help. Repeat useful phrases. Give small responses. Do not pretend to understand everything. Be honest. Be calm. Stay active in the conversation. Because when your listening becomes stronger, your replies become stronger. And when your replies become stronger, your confidence in English communication grows. Chapter 4. Use ready phrases for real conversations. Many learners feel nervous because they do not know what to say in common situations. They may know grammar. They may know vocabulary. They may understand English. But when a real conversation starts, their mind becomes blank. Why? Because they do not have ready phrases. Ready phrases are simple sentences that you can use again and again in real life. They help you start a conversation. They help you continue a conversation. They help you ask questions. They help you share opinions. They help you agree, disagree, explain, and finish your point. Ready phrases are like tools in your English toolbox. If you have no tools, communication feels difficult. But if you have useful tools ready, you feel prepared. And when you feel prepared, you feel confident. For example, if you want to start speaking, you can say, I would like to say something. Let me share my opinion. I have one point to add. Can I say something? I think this is important. These phrases help you enter the conversation. If you want to explain your idea, you can say, "What I mean is." Let me explain it simply. The main point is. The reason is simple. For example, these phrases help you organize your speaking. If you want to agree, you can say, "I agree with you. That is true. You are right. That makes sense. I also think the same." If you want to disagree politely, you can say, "I understand your point, but I think differently. I respect your opinion, but I have another view. I am not fully sure about that. That is a good point, but I see it differently." These phrases help you speak with respect. This is very important. Confident communication does not mean you must always agree. It means you can share your thoughts clearly and respectfully. If you want to ask for clarification, you can say, "Can you explain that again? What do you mean? Could you give me an example? I did not understand this part. Can you say it in a simple way?" These phrases help you stay in the conversation even when you do not understand everything. If you need time to think, you can say, "Let me think for a second. That is a good question. I need a moment to answer. I am thinking about the best way to explain it." These phrases are very useful. They stop you from panicking. They give your brain time. They make you sound calm. If you want to finish your point, you can say, "That is my opinion. That is why I think this is important. So, this is my main point." In short, daily practice builds confidence. This helps you end your idea clearly. Many learners speak, but they do not know how to finish. So their answer becomes too long or confusing. Ending phrases help you sound organized. Now understand this. Ready phrases do not mean memorizing fake English. They mean preparing useful language for real communication. When you learn useful phrases, your speaking becomes faster. You do not need to create every sentence from zero. You already have sentence patterns in your mind. For example, learn this phrase, "In my opinion." Now you can use it in many ways. In my opinion, English practice is important. In my opinion, confidence comes from action. In my opinion, mistakes are part of learning. In my opinion, reading improves vocabulary. One phrase can help you make many sentences. Learn this phrase. The main reason is. Now use it. The main reason is lack of practice. The main reason is fear of mistakes. The main reason is poor listening habits. The main reason is no daily routine. This is smart learning. You are not only memorizing, you are using patterns. Patterns make speaking easier. Patterns make communication smoother. Patterns make confidence stronger. Here is a very helpful practice. Choose 10 ready phrases. Write them in your notebook. Repeat each phrase loudly 5 times. Then make your own sentence with each phrase. For example, let me explain it simply. Let me explain it simply. English improves when we use it every day. What I mean is, what I mean is, you should not wait for perfect grammar. I agree with you because. I agree with you because daily practice is powerful. This practice builds real speaking power. You can also create conversation practice with yourself. Ask yourself a question, then answer using ready phrases. Question: why is English important? Answer: in my opinion, English is important because it helps us communicate with more people. It also gives us confidence. For example, if we can speak English, we can share our ideas easily. That is why English practice is important. This answer is simple but strong. It has phrases. It has structure. It has confidence. Use ready phrases in daily life. When you watch a video, pause and say, I agree with this point. Because when you read something, say, the main idea is. When you talk to yourself, say, let me explain my day in English. When you forget a word, say, what I mean is. This will make your English active. And active English becomes confident English. Remember this powerful line. Ready phrases give your mind a path when fear tries to make it blank. So do not enter English conversations empty. Prepare useful phrases. Repeat them. Use them. Practice them daily. And slowly, your communication will become easier. You will know how to start. You will know how to continue. You will know how to ask. You will know how to reply. You will know how to explain. And most importantly, you will feel more confident when you speak English. Chapter 5. Use questions to keep the conversation going. Many English learners think communication means only giving answers. They wait for someone to ask them something. Then they give a short answer. After that, the conversation stops. For example, someone asks, "How are you?" They say, "I am fine." Then silence. Someone asks, "Do you like English?" They say, "Yes, I like English." Then silence. Someone asks, "What did you do today?" They say, "I studied." Then silence. This happens because the learner is only answering. They are not continuing the conversation. If you want to communicate with confidence in English, you must learn to ask questions too. Questions are powerful. Questions keep the conversation alive. Questions show interest. Questions give you more time to think. Questions help you understand the other person. Questions make communication natural. A confident communicator does not only speak. A confident communicator asks. For example, if someone asks, "How are you?" you can say, "I am good, thank you. How about you?" Now the conversation continues. If someone asks, "Do you like English?" you can say, "Yes, I like English because it helps me communicate better. What about you? Do you enjoy learning English?" Now you are not only answering, you are connecting. If someone asks, "What did you do today?" you can say, "I practiced English and watched one useful video." What did you do today? This is simple but very powerful. Many learners feel nervous because they think they must speak for a long time. But you do not always need long answers. Sometimes a good question can continue the conversation easily. Questions reduce pressure. They help the other person speak too. They make the conversation balanced. If only one person speaks, it becomes a speech. But if both people speak, it becomes a conversation. So learn useful questions. For daily conversation, you can ask, "How was your day? What are you doing today? What do you think about this? Can you explain that more? How did you learn that? What is your opinion? Why do you think so? Can you give me an example?" These questions are simple but useful. They help you continue many conversations. For English learning, you can ask, "How do you practice English? What is your biggest problem in English? Do you practice speaking every day? Which method helps you the most? Can you suggest one good way to improve speaking?" These questions are very helpful for learners. They give you real speaking practice. They also help you learn from other people. But remember this, do not ask questions like an interview all the time. Ask naturally, listen to the answer, then reply. For example, you, "How do you practice English?" Other person, "I listen to podcasts every morning." You, "That is nice. I also want to try that. What kind of podcasts do you listen to?" Now the conversation becomes natural. You asked a question. You listened. You replied. Then you ask a follow-up question. This is the secret of good communication. Follow-up questions are very important. A follow-up question means a question connected to the previous answer. For example, if someone says, "I like reading books," you can ask, "What kind of books do you like?" If they say, "I am learning English," you can ask, "What is the most difficult part for you?" If they say, "I went outside today," you can ask, "Where did you go?" If they say, "I watched a movie," you can ask, "Was it interesting?" This is how real conversations grow. You do not need to prepare a full speech. You only need to listen and ask the next natural question. This skill makes you sound confident. It also makes people enjoy talking with you, because people like when someone listens and shows interest. Good communication is not only about speaking good English, it is also about making the other person feel heard. So when someone answers, do not only think about your next sentence. Listen carefully. Notice one word from their answer. Then ask a question about that word. For example, other person, "I am tired because I had a long day at work." You can notice the word work. Then ask, "What happened at work today?" Other person, "I am learning English because I want better opportunities." You can notice the word opportunities. Then ask, "What kind of opportunities are you looking for?" This method is simple, but it makes your communication strong. It shows that you are listening. It helps the conversation continue. It also gives you more speaking practice. You can practice this alone too. Take one sentence and create 3 questions from it. Sentence: I want to improve my English. Questions: why do you want to improve English? How do you practice English? What is your biggest problem in English? Sentence: I like reading. Questions: what books do you read? Why do you like reading? How often do you read? This practice trains your brain to ask questions quickly. And when you can ask questions easily, real conversations become less scary. Remember this powerful line: questions are bridges. They connect your words with another person's thoughts. So do not only answer, ask. Do not only speak, listen and ask. Do not only wait for the other person to continue. Help the conversation continue. Use simple questions. Use follow-up questions. Show interest. Stay calm. And slowly, your English communication will become more natural, confident, and powerful. Chapter 6. Speak with a clear voice and calm body language. Communication is not only about words. Your voice communicates. Your face communicates. Your eyes communicate. Your posture communicates. Your energy communicates. Sometimes your English can be simple, but your confidence can make it powerful. And sometimes your English can be good, but your nervous body language can make it feel weak. This is why you must train your voice and body language. Many learners speak English in a very low voice. They look down. They hide their face. They speak too fast because they want to finish quickly. They smile nervously. They move too much. They do not open their mouth clearly. Because of this, people may not understand them well. Then the learner thinks, my English is bad, but sometimes the problem is not English. Sometimes the problem is delivery. Delivery means how you speak, your tone, your speed, your volume, your pause, your confidence. If you improve your delivery, your communication becomes much stronger. First, speak with a clear voice. Do not shout, but do not hide your voice. Speak loudly enough so the other person can hear you easily. A low voice can make you sound unsure. A clear voice can make you sound confident. Practice this sentence. I am learning English, and I am improving every day. Say it in a weak voice. Then say it in a clear voice. You will feel the difference. The words are the same, but the energy is different. This is the power of voice. Second, speak slowly. Many learners speak fast because they are nervous. They want to finish quickly. But fast, nervous speaking can create more mistakes. Slow speaking gives you control. It helps your pronunciation. It helps your grammar. It helps your listener understand you. It also makes you sound calmer. Remember this: confidence is not always fast. Confidence is controlled. So speak slowly enough to be clear. Pause after important ideas. For example, I am still learning English, but I practice every day, and I am becoming more confident. These pauses make your message stronger. They also give you time to think. Third, open your mouth clearly. Some learners speak English with a closed mouth. Their words are not clear. Their pronunciation becomes weak. To improve this, practice reading loudly every day. Choose one short paragraph. Read it slowly. Open your mouth. Pronounce each word clearly. Do not rush. This will train your mouth. It will also build speaking confidence. Fourth, use calm eye contact. You do not need to stare at the person, but do not look away all the time. Look naturally. Look for a few seconds. Then look away. Then look back. This makes you look more confident. Eye contact shows that you are present. It shows that you are listening. It shows that you are not running away from the conversation. If eye contact feels difficult, practice in front of a mirror. Look at yourself and speak. Say, I can communicate in English. I am improving every day. I do not need perfect English to speak. At first, it may feel strange, but slowly it will become easier. Fifth, keep your body relaxed. Stand or sit straight. Do not close your shoulders too much. Do not cover your mouth. Do not keep moving nervously. Take a slow breath before speaking. A calm body helps create a calm voice. And a calm voice helps create confident communication. Before speaking, try this simple method. Breathe in slowly. Pause for 1 second. Then speak your first sentence clearly. For example, I would like to share my opinion. This small breathing habit can reduce nervousness. It tells your body, I am safe, I can speak, I can continue. Sixth, use your hands naturally. You do not need to move your hands too much, but small natural hand movements can help you explain better. For example, when you say first, you can show one finger. When you say small steps, you can use a small hand movement. When you say grow, you can move your hand upward slowly. This makes your communication more expressive. But keep it natural. Do not act too much. Just support your words. Also, your facial expression matters. If your face looks scared, your voice may sound scared. If your face looks calm, your words feel calmer. Smile a little when the conversation is friendly. Keep your face relaxed. Show interest when listening. Nod sometimes. Use small responses like, yes, I understand. That makes sense. That is interesting. These small actions make the conversation natural. They show confidence without needing difficult English. Now here is a very helpful practice. Record a 1-minute video of yourself speaking English. Choose a simple topic. For example, why I want to improve my English. Speak for 1 minute. Then watch the video. Do not judge yourself harshly. Just notice. Is my voice clear? Am I speaking too fast? Am I looking down too much? Is my body relaxed? Am I using pauses? Can people understand me? Then record again. Try to improve only one thing. Maybe voice. Maybe speed. Maybe eye contact. Maybe posture. Do this regularly. You will see improvement. This practice is powerful because communication is a full skill. It is not only grammar. It is voice, confidence, listening, body language, and clarity together. Your words carry meaning, but your voice and body carry confidence. So train your English, but also train your delivery. Speak clearly. Stand or sit confidently. Use calm eye contact. Pause when needed. Breathe before speaking. Keep your body relaxed. And use simple English with strong delivery. Because when your voice is clear and your body is calm, even simple English can sound confident and powerful. Chapter 7. Practice real situations before real conversations. This is one of the most helpful ways to communicate with confidence in English. Many learners feel nervous in real conversations because they are not prepared for common situations. They do not know what to say at a shop. They do not know how to answer a call. They do not know how to introduce themselves. They do not know how to ask for help. They do not know how to explain a problem. They do not know how to continue a conversation. So when the real moment comes, their mind becomes blank. But you can reduce this fear by practicing real situations before they happen. This is very powerful. You do not need to wait for a real conversation to practice. You can prepare at home. You can practice alone. You can speak in front of a mirror. You can record your voice. You can create small English situations and practice them again and again. This will make you ready. Confidence comes from preparation. When your mind already knows some useful sentences, you do not panic so much. You feel more in control. For example, practice introducing yourself. Say, "Hello, my name is Tom. I am learning English. I want to improve my speaking confidence. I practice every day. Nice to meet you." This is simple but very useful. Practice it many times. Then change it a little. Say, "Hello, my name is Tom. I create English learning content. I want to help learners speak with more confidence. I am happy to meet you." Now you are building real communication power. Practice common situations like this. Situation 1. Meeting someone for the first time. You can say, "Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Tom. What is your name? Where are you from? What do you do?" That sounds interesting. These sentences help you start a conversation. Situation 2. Asking someone to repeat. You can say, "Sorry, can you repeat that? Could you say that again slowly? I did not understand the last part. Can you explain it in simple words?" These sentences help you continue even when you do not understand. Situation 3. Sharing your opinion. You can say, "In my opinion, practice is very important. I think confidence comes from speaking daily. The main point is, we should not fear mistakes. That is why I try to practice every day." These sentences help you express your thoughts clearly. Situation 4. Talking about your day. You can say, "Today was a busy day. I worked on my goals. I practiced English for a few minutes. I learned something useful. Now I feel a little more confident." This is daily speaking practice. Situation 5. Asking for help. You can say, "Can you help me, please? I have one question. I do not understand this sentence. Can you explain it? Can you give me an example?" These sentences are very useful for learners. Situation 6. Ending a conversation politely. You can say, "It was nice talking to you. Thank you for your time. I learned something useful. See you again. Have a great day." These simple lines help you finish a conversation with confidence. You do not need to memorize hundreds of sentences. Start with the most common situations. Practice the sentences you can use in real life. Repeat them until they become natural. When a real conversation happens, your mind will feel prepared. This is how preparation builds confidence. You can also use role-play practice. Role-play means you act like you are in a real situation. For example, imagine you are at a cafe. You can practice. Hello, I would like a cup of coffee, please. Can I see the menu? How much is this? Thank you. Have a nice day. Then imagine you are talking to a friend. You can practice. How are you? How was your day? What are you doing today? That sounds good. I also want to try that. Then imagine you are in an interview. You can practice. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am happy to introduce myself. I am a hard-working person. I am always ready to learn. I want to improve my skills and grow. This kind of practice makes your English practical. You are not only learning grammar, you are preparing for real communication. That is very important.